Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I'm Dave, and welcome to another exciting episode of Let's Have a Chat. It is Monday, September 30th, 2019. How are you? How was your weekend? How's it going? Hope all is well. Hope things are going your way. Hope things are, happening for you and yours. So, that being said, folks, it's time to talk. That's right. Let's have a chat. And we're talking on Mondays, sports and leadership. And two things that caught my eye today. Thing number one on usatoday.com, the title, the headline read, Cowboys embarrassing loss sends a big message. That the Cowboys were found lacking. That's right. For all their bravado, all of their big talk, they just couldn't deal it. They could not seal the deal. I mean, you can blame the 12th man. You can even blame your own offense. You can blame primetime because it was on TV and everybody was watching. You can blame everyone, but guess what, Cowboys? You're not blaming yourselves, and that's really, truly who's responsible. I mean, come on, seriously? Teddy Bridgewater kicked y'all's ass. And that's just the bottom line. But that's sports, and that's got nothing to do with leadership. That's just me, just having some fun. But no, now into serious stuff. Seriously, here we go. So, in California, the governor, Gavin Newsom, he signed legislation today that allows college athletes in California to get paid to play. California Senate Bill 206, aka otherwise known as the Fair Pay to Play Act, it's a law now because he signed it. It's a law, Bill. You'd become a law. Anyway, the law allows college athletes to profit from their name, their image, and their likeness. That's right. However, the law doesn't go in effect right now. It goes into effect in 2023. Why 2023? Because the inevitable court battles are going to come, and they're coming from the NCAA. So what is the Fair Pay to Play Act allows? Well, it allows athletes to sign endorsement deals. Kudos. They earn compensation based on their name, image, and likeness, and it allows them to sign licensing contracts. So there you go. Good deal. Kudos to them. Kudos to California. I very seldom say that, but kudos to California because, well, hey, that's somebody had to do it, and it's the first step. And we've heard, over the years, I've heard so many stories. There's a book out right now. I mentioned it earlier in the show, and it talks about Michigan football and how that is the exception to kind of the rule, where the rule is not the exception, but they're the exception to the rule, or they're the rule to the exception. There we go. They're the rule to the exception. The exception is all the other sports programs, and making compensation of some form or way or another to the families, so that these kids will sign with those schools, and in some cases, things happen. Parents have to mortgage 2-3 mortgages going on their home on the hopes that the kid in school playing football, not getting paid for it, or playing any kind of college sports, basketball, hoops, whatever, baseball, not getting paid for it because under NCAA rules, the NCAA can license and market and sign deals and all of this, but the student athletes get no money. And well, guess what? That's all about to change, at least in California. And hopefully it will also kind of perpetuate the motion across all the other states, all across the United States. Because again, you don't need these families getting so much in debt, getting so much, just really investing so much money while these kids are performing and putting at risk their health, their future performance, future anything, especially if they get injured. The kid blows out a knee, he's done. And no one's going to sign a wounded duck. Yeah, sure, there are some exceptions, but a lame duck, there we go. No one's going to do that because, again, they're already hurt. They're coming into a professional sport already hurt. And these are the kids that were giving it their best, all in the shot and hope that maybe one day they'll get called up to the big game. And meanwhile, the parents are getting deeper and deeper in debt. And now everything's all gone. By allowing these kids to get paid at a fair rate for what they're doing, to allow these kids to basically make a living off of what they're doing and being able to play for school that they want to play for, but not have to worry about their parents getting so much in debt. because that's how the kid gets to eat. That's how the kid gets to sleep. That's how the kid gets around in school. So, and it also gets rid of that middleman, that dark side of all of this, that under the table payouts, that under the table, oh, well, everybody goes here, just tell them, and everybody eats here for free, things like that. Go get a free tattoo over at Ohio State, outside Ohio State, get a free tattoo. Things like that have happened and will continue to happen. But by allowing the students to get paid, you cut that negative, that dark side, that seedy side of college sports out of the factory. You exit out. You exit out. It's kind of like what they say about legalizing marijuana. You legalize marijuana, you're going to cut out that middleman. I mean, it makes sense. You know, the government's not the middleman. The government's now taking the taxes on it, and there's no need for illegal marijuana to be brought in or moved or transported or sold. It's all legal. So something to think about. So again, you get rid of that seedy side, that organized crime, and you leave it to another organization to tax it. So what does the NCAA have to do? Well, have to say about this? Well, basically, they're saying nothing. They're staying quiet. It's all about the money. Yes, they're upset that this is going to take away from their pocketbooks, which they, quote unquote, evenly distribute across everybody. But again, if they were evenly distributing across everybody, then California would have no need for what California just did. See where I'm going with that? So again, kudos to California for taking the initiative, stepping up, seeing a problem and trying to right it. Sure, it's going to be 3 years from now, but it's still going to take time. It's got to take time, and it's going to get some court battles, so court challenges. But the more states that come on board and sign off on this and say, hey, look, this is really truly what matters, is taking care of the kids, not taking care of the CEO, then of these organizations, then will things start getting better. So sadly, though, and it's kind of already slowly come out, the NCAA might just start pulling eligibility on these players, that they can no longer play organized sports because they're getting, quote unquote, paid for it. And it's like, well, that's just going to shoot themselves in the foot, because these kids are going to play. And if they're going to get paid, they're going to play. And they're going to play either in college, or they're going to go try to jump into pro. And what does that leave them? Once they're done, the pro sports are done with them, they cut them down, brought down because they didn't have the full potential of college to play, to hone their skill. Now the organization, these professional organizations, have to hone their skills of these previous student athletes. And it's going to be less, and they'll be worse off when they come out of it. What are they going to have? They're not going to have that degree to fall back on. And life skills, folks, sadly, life skills, and I've found out this the hard way, life skills will only get you so far. You still have to take the initiative and go to school. You still have to take the initiative and be there to complete that, get that degree. Because again, life skills will only take you so far. So with that being said, kudos to California. Good job. You saw something, you fixed it. Well, it's not done yet, but again, you're doing something to fix it. So with that being said, I thank you for watching. Be sure you follow me on Twitter. It says so right there. There's my Twitter handle. And when you get a chance, also follow me on Instagram. A lot of great stuff going on over there. Well, listen, it is Monday, September 30th, the last day of September. Here we go. Now we're entering the last quarter of the year. And are you ready for the last quarter of the year? We got a lot of stuff happening. It's the holidays, but it's also a great time to reconnect with people, old friends. And it's also time to make new connections and new branches and go forward. Stop looking at the past, because the past is gone and there's nothing we can do about it. So again, the new quarter begins tonight at 11, right after 11:59. So until then, until tomorrow, October 1st, which we're going to talk about leadership in the news, have a great evening, have a great rest of your night, and have a great Tuesday, and I will talk to you tomorrow.